Because you're
I
caught up with
forgot about
the
her
manga
too,
as
because
well.
in the manga, like I feel like the first time I saw her was like in 3 chapters ago, and I was like, wait, when did she get here? Because I started seeing the like TikToks of them like she was giving Granny Psycho a run for her money, and I'm like, well, first of all, Psycho is in a different category. Like Psycho is Granny category. This is Dami Mommy category. This is a little different. So, but
Dude,
I
that's
totally forgot that she came up this early.
same. I was so confused. I saw everybody like thirsting over her, and I was like, wait, what? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boys. We are back with the 35th episode of the DNAnime podcast. My name is Beautiful Crow. I'm here with my co-host Vic Seal, and we're here to sit up there and chit chat, gab, and gobble. Anyway, we're gonna talk about some anime now. Me talk anime. How did I mess that all up?
We're a little bit past Thanksgiving now. So we're past the gobbling part. We're more into the ho-ho-hos at this point.
I'm sure people are still eating Thanksgiving leftovers, right? Right? It don't smell sour just yet.
I got some in there. Some of them leftover mac and cheese.
There you go. Mac and cheese never goes bad, right? There's no dairy in macaroni and cheese. Right?
Nah. It's all right. It's fine. You guys just don't understand. It's good until like you get sick, and then it's all right.
Exactly. That's how you tell when food is bad, not the clumps of milk.
Yeah, don't worry about that. When you have to chew your milk, then you know it's probably time.
That's yogurt. That's healing.
Oh, of course.
Yeast
of
infection.
course.
Exactly. That's how they found penicillin, right? Anyway, we are back to talk about some anime today. But Vix, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing all right. As many of you guys know, that I had my own procedure this week. I've been on the recovery since Thursday. I've been doing surprisingly well. I was expecting to be in a lot of pain, and I am in basically none. I am mildly uncomfortable at worst, but some of the people that I told that I was having the procedure were like, "Oh, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it when you wake up." Because right after I woke up from the procedure, I was like, I felt like omega well rested. I was ready to go. Like I was sleep satisfied, and I was like, this is a new feeling right here. And then like I got home and I didn't want to sleep because I felt like I slept good for the procedure, and I kept getting yelled at to go to sleep, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. No, I don't want to. So, but on the up and up, I am doing great. No real issues. I am like hyper conscious of it though, because I feel it a little bit every so often, and like I can tell that I'm moving differently so that I don't bother it. So if you guys see me adjust a bunch, probably why. But how you doing this week, Crow? I know that you've been sleep deprived for a little while. You've been struggle bussing. Life been kind of kicking you while you're down. So,
I mean, it's just been all right. I'll go into the bad stuff first. We do the bad stuff out the way first, and I'll go to all the positive stuff that's been going on, because I don't like dwelling on the negative anymore. As I've gotten older in my final days, I'm only 34, but no,
I ain't old enough for the "you kids get off my lawn" phase yet.
I ain't even got no line. That American dream is gone. But no, like I got in a car accident. I think I talked about it on a previous podcast. It was just like a freak accident. I don't know what happened. Somebody's bumper literally just shot off their car and destroyed my wheel well and my front bumper. A little update, I guess. My car is currently in the shop. They're working on it. My insurance company, I'm hoping that they can find the other guy. It was a hit and run. So that was always fun. I don't know if the guy didn't have any insurance or he just didn't think it was that bad. I don't even know who it was. And it was pitch black on that road. But yeah, so my vehicle's in the shop. I got a rental, so I'm able to get around now. So I'm doing what I can. I'm hoping that nothing else comes back or my car will be fine. It wasn't any extensive damage. It literally just was wound real well. But you never know, man. When you go in there and you have your car looked at and it's fixed and it's repaired, then it's like, oh, then this, something else happens and something else has happened and then something else. And it becomes like a whole like Jenga or, like.
And it always seems to happen in the last like 2-3 months of the year too.
Yeah.
We always had this curse that it was always car troubles. Like right at Christmas time, somebody's car would just like break down. That was just always the case. And then we all got like new-ish cars, and then it was like more minor things that could be resolved on our own. So that was good that we moved on from the curse. We broke the cycle, but now other people have to deal with it. He ain't got out of it yet.
Double did it, pass it on to the next person. But yeah, so I've been dealing with that. There been some health things with my grandmother that I've been dealing with, some family stuff that I haven't really talked about. It's just been, life, man. Like I always say, life be lifing, man. And, my grandmother's 80 now, so she's getting up there. She had a fall, so it's like, she's okay. But, that was the thing that I was stressing about. And then in typical me fashion, since I'm an insomniac, I just don't really get a lot of sleep. And so like last night I was just, but that's all the negative stuff out there. I'm taking care of it. Me gonna take care of it. But outside of that, I've been having a lot of fun. You want to know what one thing I am happy about? I've been having a shit ton of fun playing Marvel Rivals with the homies. That's pretty much all I've been doing these past couple of days since it came out this past Friday, or I guess technically Thursday here in the States. I just been hanging out playing Marvel Rivals, man. I'm not like into competitive games anymore.
It is the streaming industry's crack right now. Everybody is everybody is playing it. I was going to play something else beforehand, and then as soon as I mentioned that I was not going to play Rivals, everybody was gone. Except for Eld and CMH. I was like, all right. And then Eld came back and joined you guys, and I was like, yeah, I might as well just hop on over, because I don't like Overwatch. I never have. Mm-hmm. I liked it for a little bit. A little bit.
What you call me?
I liked it for a little bit, and then like the first character release, I was like, nah, I'm over it. So we went through Marvel Rivals. I played it on Thursday, Friday, a little bit on Saturday, and then like I was just like, I was already over just immediately dying, and they're doing the thing where if everybody's OP, nobody is, and I can't stand that. I don't like getting one shot by the entire roster. That's not fun for me. So if that is just like their thing, then I'm not going to play for very long. But I'll play it now because everybody else is playing it. Yeah. I'll just hang out for a little while because I don't want to be left alone. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, everybody. No. And it's like the Marvel IP is really pulling it forward. So everybody grew up with Marvel. Everybody knows Marvel. Yep. Everybody wants to be the Marvel heroes. They want to see the renditions of them. I think some of the character designs are really freaking ugly. Looking at you, Wolverine. Dude, Wolverine is like... I hate Wolverine so much.
Big and stubby
Wolverine's
and
horrific and ugly appearance is almost enough on its own to make me not play entirely.
But
it is gross.
Wolverine is ugly. People got too used to looking at that beautiful, huge Jack
Man. It is
man.
Gross. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it.
Small, hairy, just ugly, just a despicable little gremlin going around clawing people to death.
Well, that's what he is. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
You won't see it coming when I Five Nights at Freddy jump scare you off the map when that dude kept doing to me earlier.
They didn't have to make him like quite that. Like he's got like 1 foot of height in his legs, and then he's got like 4 feet of height in his torso. He's just like so horrifically unbalanced that I'm like, it triggers me to just stare at it.
I do. I love it, but I've heard that like same sentiment from other people. I think he looks so cool. I know a lot of people
like a lot of the other characters. I don't mind that they're real buff. It is like mostly Wolverine that is like really. Dude, just irks my. It just irks my symmetry. I hate it.
Dude, but the Hulk is crazy. His head is like a marble. His head is so small, and I
don't mind that too much. I don't mind it too much. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's like. Good Lord. But he's like reasonably proportionate. Wolverine is literally just like fucking Arthur in his legs, and then he's Hulk in his arms.
He's just a chill guy. But I've been having a lot of fun, man. It's been nice. I don't play a lot of competitive stuff anymore. I don't play fighters anymore. I don't play like Call of Duty anymore. Like I kind of just fell out of like competitive stuff because I work all the time, so I don't really have a lot of time to really like push myself. I mean, like play like deathmatch and try to get like victories and getting, crazy.
You don't try to win video games?
I mean, not really. I don't really play a lot of stuff online.
Nah, like, I play everything.
Yu-Gi-Oh! In 14, yeah.
I play to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
win.
14, that's it.
I play to win.
Like those 2 games are the only ones I play online. And Yu-Gi-Oh! I play Ancient Gears. I just get beat up on. And then Final Fantasy 14, I just now start playing the high-end content. But that's more PvE. It's all of us against like raid bosses and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm not really like that guy anymore, But I feel like Rivals really reawoken that in me. I love being competitive. I love winning. I love being good at something. You know what I mean? And I do feel like I'm not that great. I'm probably gonna make the
It's only
switch
a
to
matter
PC.
of time before everybody has 400 hours in the game in
Yeah.
2 days.
I already feel that.
And then
I
you
already
won't get to
that.
feel the fun anymore when everyone's running over you because
That's
they've
normally
min-maxed every character that they know.
yeah, because it's like I have to work. You know, we both stream after work. I will not be playing Marvel Rivals until probably either Wednesday or Friday this week. So there's a whole week of people to be labbing and getting really good, man. I've already seen like all the TikToks, all the YouTube videos. There's guides out. The game been out for like 2 days.
Top
You know what
10
I mean?
most
Like, people,
annoying characters in Marvel Rivals.
all of them. But yeah, so it's just like it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a good time. The best moment in a game like this, or any fighting game, or any game that's competitive, is learning with the community when you first start. Like everybody trying to pick stuff and figure things out, and it's fun. But then obviously there's gonna be people who don't work as much or are younger who have more free time and are like sponges. They're going to
The
get way
other
better.
content creators that either move over or are starting up, and then they just have all the extra time since
Yeah,
that
so-
is their job, so they'll be able to spend all the time. Like I don't know if you've heard of Flats.
Flats, yeah, I started watching him recently.
Yeah, he did a lot of Overwatch stuff, and then ever since it came out, he's been in my little recommended corner with 71,000 viewers. I swear, 24/7. So I've seen him.
Yeah,
But I mean, I
saw
like
one
watching his
clip of
stuff. Even though I don't like Overwatch, I like watching his stuff. He's very like,
insightful.
yeah, he's very insightful. He's very like well articulated, and like I feel like he makes a lot of points that are some people might not agree with because they're not like he's very like fair, I guess. So like sometimes
Yeah.
like this guy needs a nerve, even though I play this guy. He's unbiased. There you go. There's a good one.
Yeah. That's the word. Like
That's a word.
I mean, there's not something we normally do, but big shout out to Flats. I have been really enjoying his content recently, so big shout out to Big Homies Flats. I hope he's enjoying Marvel Rivals. Again, like the one thing, and I'll get off Marvel Rivals after this. I know a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, Marvel Rivals going to be the Overwatch killer." Marvel Rivals better than Overwatch. Overwatch just need to die. Blah blah blah. I don't want Overwatch to die. I want people who enjoy Overwatch to enjoy it for whatever it is. I want Marvel Rivals to do good and stand on its own.
I want Overwatch to struggle because of this. I don't
Yeah,
want them to die.
Overwatch to
I want them to
learn.
realize that they can't just do fuck all and be winning. They
Exactly.
need to put effort in now.
Liz
The
has
only thing
been
they put
sitting
effort
on
into
there-
before is the dark side of the internet, if you know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
there are the one thing keeping them afloat is their character designs.
Yeah. So it's just like I want them to like not rest on their laurels anymore. 'Cause I feel like that's what they've been doing. They just released a $500 Mercy skin and they're just like, oh, we're Gucci. You know what I mean? Like I legit like Blizzard's been good. They've been set up. They've been the kingpins for a while with WoW.
Yeah.
How many WoW killers came out and it's just like none of them dethroned WoW. So it's just like they probably thought that they were straight for the longest time. I mean, I saw what was his name, Mike Ybarra came out on Twitter, be like, "Oh, the Overwatch clone, Marvel Rivals is coming out." Blah 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 blah. And it's just like. Again, the ego. I mean, I don't even think he work at Blizzard anymore, but the ego in them. And I feel like Marvel Rival was the ego check. So I'm hoping Marvel Rival does well. I'm having a ton of fun. We'll wait and see how the game evolves and change over time. But it's a lot of fun playing with friends. Will I be playing it all the time? Probably not. But I'm gonna enjoy it while I'm enjoying it and have a good old time. And then, whenever I got some free time and I want to hop on and see the boys want to play, I'm down to run it, man.
Yeah, that's the one thing that like those type of games always have is just like, especially types like that where they have like extra slots, because a lot of games only have like 2-3 extra slots, but they have 5 other slots, so you can get in.
Yeah.
Especially with a growing community like ours, you can just
And
get
the game is
everybody in, and it's free.
Literally.
Definitely,
Yeah,
that
literally,
definitely
people can
doesn't
come
hurt.
in-
The number of people that have joined in just because it is free is a lot. The number of people that come in and like, oh, should I give it a try? Why not? Like I don't even like those type of games, and I'm like, I'll do it. I'll just do it for a little bit at least. It's free.
Yeah,
Who
and
cares?
just figure out if you like it or not.
hang out with some buddies. Enjoy yourselves. It's all right. You don't have to stick around forever. You ain't gonna hurt nobody's feelings.
Exactly. But yeah, man. So it's been fun. But outside of that, I've just been mostly just kind of like chilling. I'm trying to like get some stuff together while I'm getting my vehicle fixed. And just kind of like getting back on track. I feel like I've been thrown, you're thrown off track a little bit. So I'm getting back on track, round out the year, and then get ready to start planning for next year, man. Like that's the main thing is just keep moving forward, keep pushing forward.
It is what it is.
I mean, it is
in big bold letters, capitalized, arc.
I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I say to myself. It is what it is. But hey, I had a ton of fun today, man. That's what's all important, man. So outside of that, I've been hanging out with everybody, been working, been streaming, been having a good old time. But you know what else I've been doing, Vix?
What is it? Tell the people.
I've been watching anime movies. Actually, wait. Well, I guess before we get into the topic, have you watched anything while your spine was healing?
We watched the latest episode of DNAnime, and I watched whatever came out last week on Monday, Tuesday. So I'm like, I think slightly behind on something. I didn't watch the most recent episode of Kenshin, and I think I haven't seen Notorious Talker yet. High Dive pissing me off though.
I thought you said they were doing good now.
They like, I don't know what happened. They just like, we watched 4 episodes of Danmachi, and then they released 2 more, and then they just like locked them. And it keeps saying that they're coming out soon, but they have the thumbnail, and we've seen them. We've seen like one of them. So I don't know, like we can't even go into the next one yet. It like every time we open it up, it's literally just telling us it's coming soon, and we can't get to it. I tried it on my computer, I tried it on my TV, I tried it on my phone. It all says coming soon, but they have the video on the site. So I'm like, this is so dumb. I literally said good job guys once, and they're like, you too, buddy, you too. And I was like, well, damn, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. I wonder what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I don't know, because it didn't seem like that was an issue with any of the other shows that were on there. I don't know. There is the Loner Life one that's on there, and I just don't care to go. Like, it's not bad. It's just like I don't care. But yeah, otherwise I haven't even been. I wanted to read more Berserk, but when I laid down in bed, I have to be like in a certain position, so I couldn't hold my phone well. I didn't want to have my phone up here like this while I was reading Berserk one page at a time.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I'll just let that sit for a little bit. I read like 1 chapter, and I was like, probably not, because I was like, I spent most of it adjusting. So I was like, I just can't get into it, especially now that Puck is there. Stupid Puck.
Oh my god, just ignore stupid Puck.
They literally put half the chapters focus on Puck. I can't ignore him.
Puck's a little fuck. Just ignore him. Just don't.
I can't ignore him. They focus on him so much.
He doesn't say anything plot relevant for like a years later.
Yeah, every other panel is just him going like, Guts is feeling immense pain again. And it's like, yeah, you think? You think? I can't imagine why.
It might be that little bleeding tattoo he got. But yeah, no, Berserk is great. Oh, I was gonna say one thing. So I know in the most recent, I'm so behind on everything, dude. I haven't watched like a thing, but I do know of DNAnime because I read the manga. I will say though, I've been seeing clips and things on TikTok, and I totally forgot this character shows up that early, and it's the nurse. Because you're
I forgot about her too. Because in the manga, like I feel like the first time I saw her was like in 3 chapters ago, and I was like, wait, when did she get here? Because I started seeing the like TikToks of them like she was giving Granny Psycho a run for her money, and I'm like, well, first of all, Psycho is in a different category. Like Psycho is Granny category. This is Dami Mommy category. This is a little different. So, but I totally forgot that she came up this early.
Same. I was so confused. I saw everybody like thirsting over her, and I was like, wait, what? Did they just add her in? And I went back and read the chapter.
Yeah, I was like, who knew?
I was like, she was there that early. Totally blinked her out for some reason. I was speed reading DNAnime. It was so good, dude. And it's so much shit happens. It's like you can't really focus on anything. But yeah, DNAnime's good. It's the season's winding down. I believe where it ended, we just met up with the boy, the best boy. And people are getting to go through real time emotions of what I was going through quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the next couple of episodes. I want to see how people react to Gigi and everyone's like relationship to him, because he's supposed to be what the other girl, I forgot her name already, Acro Silky.
Oh, Arya.
Yeah, he's supposed to be to Momo what she is to Okarun. So I want to see how people are going to react to that. And if they freaked out over episode whatever that was, 8, 7, for whatever reason, when they get to Gigi's story,
Woo!
I want to see what they're gonna say.
Dude, I'm so excited. It sucks because I think that before they get into the meat of the story, the season's going to end, and it's going to be season 2 where they go through Gigi's whole thing.
Yeah.
I think they're only doing 12 episodes.
And they're not even gonna get to the characters that have the best backstories until, like, man, it would be like it'd be end of season 2 or season 3 even, where you get to see them.
Please, everybody watch Don. I need these next seasons.
We can't go without the 10-gallon wiener for that long.
Yes, we need that GIF to become an actual, like, animated GIF.
He's just like 10-gallon wiener.
Dude, I want to see that animated, and I want to see how Gigi's stupid bullshit is animated.
The English voice actor for Gigi is supposed to be Sun Jin-woo. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, we'll see, because I want to see how he's gonna do the other half. No spoilers, but I want to see how he's gonna do the other half.
Yeah, because I was about to say he did release, like, they released a trailer, and it was him doing, like, Momo, you're the cutest, and all this shit like that. And
I was like, he kind of nailed that too.
Yeah. He killed it, dude. I love Gigi.
Yeah, I felt like he was, like, a little bit off for the solo leveling, but definitely not bad. But I feel like he kind of nailed it for Gigi for the little bit that I heard.
It was good so far, so I'm excited. I gotta sit down and watch some anime at some point. I just been doing a bajillion things.
End of the year struggles, man. Just hang in there. It'll be over soon.
I'm good, guys. I'm good. I just need a nap. If I can get one good power nap, if I can get, I'm good. Ow, that hurt my old geriatric fingers. But anyway, but outside of that, I haven't really been watching weekly anime. But what I have been doing is watching anime films, and that'll be the topic of today's episode. Why? Because that's all I've been doing. But also because I feel like times have changed. I know we've talked about it in previous episodes about how anime has kind of like evolved over the years, right? And one of the big evolutions that's kind of happened in recent years is anime films being released in theaters. I think right now, what film
they need to let them stay in theaters a little longer. I don't like them doing Saturday is the sub and then Friday is the dub, and then that's it. You get no other chance. Like, you go now or never. Because I got to see Demon Slayer's Mugen Train movie in the theater, and that was hype. That was awesome. I loved seeing it in the theater, but that was the only time that you could see it. For the theater near me, it was literally the one day. And I was like, we almost had to go to the dub, and I'm so glad I didn't, because if you guys have been around on the podcast, you know my sleep paralysis demon was in the dub, and I don't want to do that.
Your sleep paralysis demon is fucking
just Inosuke's English voice actor.
Just a fucking top hat, just looking at you. Oh my goodness! But so I've seen a couple of films in the theaters, right? So I've seen Mugen Train, that was awesome. Dragon Ball Superhero and Broly were just sick. And Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which I went alone, which is kind of weird. I was just in a bad mood, but I really enjoyed it. Gojo beat the fucking brakes off Miguel. Oh my god! But yeah, so it's been like,
I mean, that guy he tanked it, man.
He did.
He was like, they were like, hey, you're the only one that can stand up to him, and then he just gets fucking beat down for 20 minutes, and you're like, well, I don't know if anybody else could have done that, but I did not expect that to be the strat. So,
dude, I can't, because like the majority of the movie, because I mean, I'm a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, right? And I love Gojo. I know some people hate him, and I was like waiting for the majority of the movie. I was like, dude, when the fuck is Gojo gonna pop out? Cause I know it's gonna be crazy, and they like save it, and it's so good.
They just did the Cowboy Bebop smackdown on him for a little bit.
It was crazy. But my favorite thing about watching anime films in the theaters is that you're surrounded by anime fans. It's so fun going to the theater and everybody's getting fucking hype when Beast Gohan happens, or when Tanjiro, they fight the fucking the Lower Moon 3 or whatever he was, the sleep paralysis demon.
He was lower 1. He was supposed to be like, he was lower 3 until Muzan was just like, no lower moon, and then he just was he just kind of was off to everybody, and then he just worshipped hard enough that he was like, maybe.
But everybody like getting pumped and going crazy during like incredibly hype ass moments, or like when the OP starts playing and everybody just like chilling and vibing out together. Like, it's so much fun, and I've had nothing but good experiences, surprisingly. I thought everybody was gonna be fucking annoying, but so far I've had really, really fun experiences going to go see, and it's like becoming more and more of a thing. I mean, a lot of or some of the theaters that I normally frequent, they have like just retro anime nights. Like they'll play old Studio Ghibli films, like My Neighbor Totoro, and they'll just have like nights for that.
My theater also has like this Studio Ghibli night where they just like have a rotating movie for specifically Studio Ghibli, and it's usually just Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro. And I was like, the ever forgotten Studio Ghibli movie, Kiki's Delivery Service. Why nobody watched that anymore? That was like one of my favorite ones. That one, Princess Mononoke.
Like
put those in theater. I like those.
Yeah. Why Princess Mononoke is so fucking sick, dude.
I love Kiki's Delivery Service. It's like the sweetest one. I didn't get to see My Neighbor Totoro, but I watched most of the other ones. Yeah, and Kiki's Delivery Service, like, I don't know what it is. It just has like a special place. That and Princess Mononoke, but for a different reason. Both of them, like, phenomenal movies. I don't think I could ever recommend Princess Mononoke enough. That one might be a little bit too like real for some people for it being like a fantasy film. The like real life message that Ashitaka ends up spreading with his curse of hatred. Wasn't ready for that. Wasn't ready for that. They were like, this is like a real people thing, and you're like, this is supposed to be about demons. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you?
I don't want to learn a lesson. Get out of here.
So, yeah, that was my sister's favorite movie. She watched it so many times that she could recite the entire script from start to finish. Oh my God. I was like, that's weird. But it was good because it was like you could just pull up a random part and she'd be able to tell you what they're saying, and I was like, oh my God, that's extra. I like it, not that much though.
Yeah, I was about to ask, I was like, have you ever had a film like that you can quote like verbatim?
Nope, not even close. I don't think I've ever seen any movie more than like, I've seen one movie more than twice. It is A Silent Voice. It is the only movie that I can recall in recent memory that I have ever watched more than 2 times. And I don't know, something about it. I find it really compelling when they make it about like a disability, but they don't make that person like worthless. Yeah. Like we talked about it before. I've definitely brought it up how like Toph is a good example of like a strong disabled character. But that's a fantasy setting, and Silent Voice is like a real life setting. So watching it, I can't say it resonates because I don't know anybody who's like deaf, but you can really feel the like emotions in the movie and how they like portray how a person in her situation would do or like would be. And I don't know, it just felt really organic and really authentic. And I was like, I just can't get enough of it. All the characters in there are like, they're all kind of like fucked up in a way that it's like, you're human. But at the same time, they're all like, they're human. So they also have their good sides, and I feel like they do a good job of like representing everybody's shortcomings and not just the deaf girls or not just the main guy. Like both of them together, and then also their families are also like going through it. I know you haven't seen it yet, so I'm not trying to give too many spoilers or anything. I know you don't care too much about spoilers, but like just the important parts. You definitely there's one moment where you have to experience it without knowing the first time. So yeah, but yeah, that's probably my all-time favorite film. Period, on top of it just being my favorite anime film. And then, you know, there's like Studio Ghibli films. They're all good. They're all like solid 8, 9s out of 10s, except for like The Cat Returns. That one was weird.
I don't even know I've seen The Cat Returns.
I don't know what it was about. It was like, yeah, I don't know. It was like I know, what's his name? The Miyazaki's like son, I think, wrote that one. Gato, I think his name was or is. And dude, he wrote it, and it was like, it wasn't bad. It's just like, it felt like it wasn't going anywhere. Like it wasn't trying to tell me anything. It was just like, look at this funny world. And it was like, okay, what about it? And they're like, nice.
It's here.
Yeah, you're in a
Dude,
world.
I want to go down a rabbit hole and just I just want to know more about Miyazaki. He is insane. Him just being like anime was a mistake and just taking any opportunity to shit on his own kid is crazy to me. Like he fucking hates his son. It is. I do. I want to know more. I want to understand this man's mindset. It's so funny. Ooh, quick question. So I do have a movie, or I did have a movie that I could quote. Take a wild guess. I'll give you one guess what that movie was.
A
I'll give you a
movie?
hint. Yeah, one movie that I could quote backwards and forwards that I used to be able to when I was younger.
What's my hint?
There somebody said it, something close to it in chat. Lie.
Looks at chat. It's not Kiki's Delivery Service. It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Is it Monty Python, but not the Holy Grail? Is it the? No, I only know like two
Grail
of
is
them.
the only one I've seen. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the only thing Monty Python thing I've seen.
I'll reference Monty Python and the Holy Grail every so often, but I can't remember the whole thing. Like every time there is ever a bunny person of any kind or a bunny of any kind, and they are not just like background fodder, always reference the man-eating bunny. Always.
Ding ding ding. Somebody got it. It is Shrek 2.
You can repeat Shrek 2?
Dude, do you want to know? Okay, so I grew up poor, right? So we didn't really have a lot of movies. My grandmother had Shrek 2 on bootleg. And what's that jet flying movie? Was this Jet with Jamie Foxx? Or we just had it on bootleg, right? So it was just like a DVD that was like white at the top that just had Shrek 2 written on it in Sharpie. And I would watch Shrek 2 at least 8 times a day because I didn't have anything else to do. And me and my sister would just watch it, and I could quote that movie all the way from the beginning all the way to the end.
It was definitely like the best one. If you had to pick one, at least it was that one. Because that was that was like the introduction of Puss in Boots. That was the American Idol part at the end. Like handsome Shrek, handsome donkey. That was like all good stuff. And like the I Need a Hero part where they had to like rush to Fiona's aid. It was all so good.
Yeah, dude, that movie is so good. That movie's amazing. I love Shrek. But anyway, Shrek's not an anime movie.
I mean, it's animated. It's close enough.
True. But the reason why I want to talk about this topic today is because we've been watching a bunch of anime films with the homies in the crew in the Discord. And I feel like we've been inadvertently doing a Shinkai marathon because I've watched a couple of Shinkai films. I watched Your Name for the first time and fucking wept. I watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
I haven't seen that one yet either. I don't even know what that one's about. I just know that it's good. Well, that it's supposedly good.
It's good, man. It's really good. I've heard really good things about Shinkai's films for a while, mostly from Chris abroad in Japan, who just takes every moment to be like Shinkai films, recommended. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then again, our resident anime expert Nova was just like, hey, you should watch this film. You should watch that film. And we just been watching this together. And the first one was Your Name. And I loved that movie so much after I ended it. I started listening to the soundtrack. And when I would listen to the soundtrack, it would make me fucking emotional because it just resonates with those scenes from the film. And
now I can never listen to this song again.
Because you feel it. You feel the movie in the music. It's beautiful. And then we watch I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And we watched it together. And that was a whole experience. Because I was like, you watch these two characters and you really getting to see their relationship. And it's very interesting and different. And again, what the characters are going through is like, not something that everybody goes through. And it was very, very good. And then the ending just really got me, man. That was not a Shinkai film? Okay, well, then apparently wasn't. We just
Crow just making shit up, I guess.
I am just making shit up. I just been watching a bunch of anime films. But anyway, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is good. Another Shinkai film that I did watch, and I highly recommend I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It is a crazy name, but just like Danmachi being I want to pick up girls in a hole or whatever. Watch Danmachi and also watch
Raise the Counter.
Raise the counter. But yes, and outside of that, we watched Weathering with You. Oh my god, that movie is really, really good.
That one was a trip. I'm thinking of Your Name. Your Name was a trip.
Your Name was a trip.
Yeah, I was confused when I was watching Your Name, but I haven't seen Weathering with You yet. I was gonna jump in the Discord and watch it with you guys, but I was like, one, I don't know if you have like the silent joining, and I was like, I don't want to come in and just be like, boom.
Oh, no,
And at
no,
the
no.
same time, I told Dukes I would watch it with her, so we got to do that.
Okay. But yeah, we all muted up. You know, everybody has good, manners when we're doing it, and we'll pop in at the end and kind of like just talk about the film together. It's like a little anime book club. It's nice. But yeah, Weather and You was really, really, really good. God, like, okay, this is a spoiler, but it's nothing important. But one thing that we all kind of sunk in on, there's a moment in the movie where one of the main characters is at McDonald's and he eats a burger, and it's the most well animated eating of a Big Mac you will ever seen. That everybody's like, I want McDonald's now. I was like, curse you, product placement. But yeah, Weathering with You was incredible. God, it looks so beautiful. That's one of the things that I mean, obviously I've been watching anime films for a long time, and I know they're well animated and they're gorgeous, but like
Sometimes they go a little overboard. God. You're like,
yeah, like
you ain't gotta do all that. Your anime food already look good.
I know. Weathering with You, Your Name, Look Back, which is another one that we watched recently. That was incredible. Again, and it was a one shot from the creator of Chainsaw Man. Look Back was awesome. And it's just like they're so well animated. They're beautiful works of art, man. And that's what's so cool about like anime films, because like I love anime. I'm watching anime for a long time. And again, when I was younger, there was like no real access to these movies, unless they came out on like here Toonami late at night. You got a random movie that's coming out, and you'll just watch it on like Adult Swim or something like that. But now that you have more access, except for I want to eat your pancreas because that thing is nowhere. You can't buy it digitally or anything like that. It would suck.
Well, I'll find it.
But yeah, it was rough somewhere. Trying to get that. Luckily, again, Resident Nova, he actually had the Blu-ray, so we were able to all watch it together. But yeah, it's like they're so beautiful. And again, I've known about Studio Ghibli. I watched a bunch of Ghibli films. I still need to watch a ton of them that I haven't seen, just like My Neighbor Totoro and a couple of other ones. I've seen a bunch, but I haven't seen Totoro, and I know that's like the classic one with the cat bus.
I feel like I missed the boat on Totoro. I feel like if I watch it now, I won't.
Like I'm too old.
Yeah, I feel like I won't like appreciate it as much as I would have if I watched it like 15 years ago, 10, 20 years ago or something.
Yeah. But I want to do that. And now with the Shinkai movies, and also just these good, like Look Back was like a one shot that came out like not too long ago. And I guess that they were just like, this is so good, man. We just Chainsaw Man, make it as a movie. And it was incredible. I didn't read the one shot. So I was just like, I'm going into this blind. I just heard good things. Again, like I said before, the Kojima review was all I needed. Kojima was like gushing about that movie. And I was just like, you know what? I trust Kojima. He's an insane man, but I trust him. And I watched it. I was like, 10 out of 10. Amazing.
And hit him with that. I watched it.
Yeah, dude, that is the funniest thing, dude. I'll tell you, just go, because he does movie reviews all the time, and he'll just be like, I watched Black Adam, and I'm just like, ooh, that movie's garbage. I watched Morbius, I'm like, ooh, that movie trash. Because he'll watch everything. He loves movies. He's an insane guy, but it's just like, I just watch it. I was like, okay, I should check this out. He watched real artsy fartsy stuff, which probably ain't gonna be my cup of tea, so I normally don't check those out, but I'm like, that's cool. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't get to. I don't watch movies like that. I don't know what it is. I just hate sitting down for the duration of a movie because I feel like I'm overcommitted to it, which is weird because like I can sit down and watch an entire season of anime like no problem, but like when I turn on a movie, I'm like, I just want to get up. I'm like,
okay? So Vic's question: turn your mind back 30 years or whatever. When you were a kid, did your family go out to the movie theaters a lot?
No,
because when I was a kid, my family like that was our like treat or whatever.
No, we went bowling.
Like, bowling? Okay.
We like to go bowling. I mean, that makes sense. My mom and my dad were like, when they were in their 20s, I think they were like in a bowling league, so they had like their own bowling balls and shit, and then we would go and they would pull out the bowling balls and we would grab the grubby little like cheap ones off of the rack and shit. So like I liked bowling, but like I never got good enough at it to feel like I wanted to make it a hobby. My my resident average was like 90 points, and I was like, this sucks. Can't even get triple digits. And then my mom and my dad would be like pushing 280, 290. And I'm like,
trick shots. So
yeah. And then my sister's like throwing up the bumpers and shit. And I'm like, I feel offended right now. Like I feel like we're not even on a team, and I feel like I'm holding you back. But yeah, we didn't really go out to movies too often because it was like whenever we went out, it was so that we could like do something, like exercise, get some energy out. So we would go bowling, and going to the theaters would just be like not that. I don't even know like what movies my parents would watch. The only movie I can ever remember my parents talking about is Spaceballs. And they
Why that was specifically?
Because they fucking hated it. It's the only thing I've ever heard them talk so negatively about. Like they're generally pretty much just like, it's whatever, watch what you want, watch whatever you want. But they were like, man, Spaceballs, man, that movie sucked. The movie was dumb. That dumb movie, dumb, stupid. I hate it. It sucked. We wasted all of our time and money on that movie. I was like, damn.
That sounds like somebody I know.
What you mean? What was that supposed to mean?
It was passed down. But so my family, we would always go to the movies. So we had like this dollar theater that was around our way that we would go to when we were younger. We also have, I think it's still around actually, but there was a drive-through. Well, actually, I think the drive-through movie theaters that we used to go to is gone now, but there's still another one. And we would do that. We would sit in the car and, turn the radio station to whatever screen we were looking at and sit down, on the hood or inside. And we would just like watch the movie on the big old screen. Man, movies were always like such a huge thing. My mom loved movies, and she would always come back with all these like DVDs. And I was just like,
nah, we ran the Blockbuster route, and we would go rent movies.
Yeah, we would do that until we get obliterated by late fees.
Triggered a core memory for a bunch of viewers. Hey guys, take a whiff. Tell me in the comments what that smells like. Tell me what Blockbuster smells like to you in the comment section down below.
Dude, I miss Blockbuster. All right, what was your go-to rental from Blockbuster?
We actually, whenever we would go to Blockbuster, my parents would get a movie that they wanted to see, and then we would get a game that we wanted to play. The only game that I can ever remember buying was and I specifically remember it because we had a time limit of 5 days. Star Fox 64, I think it was. Or no, Star Fox Adventures, I think it was, because it was the one with Crystal in it.
Yeah.
So we got that one, and I remember us like rushing to beat it because we had 5 days and we had to turn it back in, right? And I was like, I want to see the end of the game. So me and my sister had to both rush to the end of the game. So we both managed to beat the game in 5 days.
That's crazy. That game is actually decently long.
Yeah. I remember the fucking face thing that would like spit the squares at you. And I was like, this thing sucks. I hate dealing with this. And
That's
then
your boy Andros.
I don't want to hear any more of whatever his name is. Flippy, Skippy, whatever the hell, the frog.
Oh, the stupid.
Yeah, fuck that. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, but like after it, like Blockbuster was the same way though. Like we never went and watched a movie a second time. It was just the once. So
dude, I would always, if it was there, I would rent the first Digimon movie all the time. I love that movie, dude. That movie is so sick, and I would get it like whenever we go there. It was either that, or if I could find either episodes of the Sonic Saturday morning show or the Sonic OVA, I would try to find those. But normally it was just the first Digimon movie, and I would just watch it all the time, dude. I love that film.
I don't even remember, like, what did I don't even remember what I used to do. Like, because I didn't watch a lot of movies, and we didn't go out to bowl every weekend. So, like,
you just came home and just stared at a corner.
I did something. I know I did something. Shit, maybe I was an outside person back in the day. I remember my skip it. I remember my skip it stacks.
Destroying your ankles.
Hey, I didn't get hit by the skip it. I knew how to skip it with it. I was the skip it master. But I mean, I like doing outdoor stuff. And you know, back then internet wasn't so easily accessible, so it was like whenever it was my sister's turn on the dial-up internet, I just went outside and I did something. Or when I was like in high school, we all had our Yu-Gi-Oh decks, and we would go to my friend's house and we would play Yu-Gi-Oh. But aside from that, like I didn't have like a core memory of just like what I would do every week because it was always different. It would just be something that wasn't the same, so I didn't like lock down into anything. That definitely carried over into later years where I'm just like, I did it once, I'm good, move on now. That's still the case. I play the literal only consistency over the last 15 years is League of Legends. That's it. I don't do nothing else that much. I've played League for 13, 14 years or something, and then it's like everything else is like I touched it once and I'm like, great, fantastic, on to the next one. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
get the
kinda the
surface,
same
I
way
get the
as well.
hyperfixation, get the surface level information, get stomped by the one kid who somehow has more hours than there are days. Uh, and then you're like, all right, so we're entering that era now, and it's time to move on to the next game. That's what we used to do. I know I used to play RuneScape a lot back in the day. I remember playing before the members only section, and then they added that was like the first subscription game was the members section of RuneScape, and I remember RuneScape so well because my sister got the weird boyfriend, the weird online boyfriend, but I got to reap the benefits of it because he wanted me to like hype him up, so he would like
Oh my
buy all of
God.
the things for me in the game, and I was like, I don't know what you want me to tell her. Like you guys are already like dating. So I got RuneScape rich, and I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't have to go to the bank and go want to buy a girlfriend.
Oh my God. It makes it sound like your sister's pimp or something.
The dude was just like more so willing to just give me a bunch of shit, like it was somehow gonna help. And I was like, I'm not gonna say no.
Be his wingman.
This is the last time I ever got gifts in a video game. But I mean, it was all fun. It was all fun games. We did watch some movies, just not a lot. We mostly did outdoor activities and stuff. So I definitely have watched more anime movies than I have regular movies, though, or at least animated movies, because DreamWorks was like one of my favorite studios for a while. There, How to Train Your Dragon is so good, dude. I love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
And then they did the series on Netflix, not the Riders of Berk, the like 3-season long one. Was it? Maybe it was. They had like 4 different series on Netflix, and only one of them was really good.
Yeah.
The other ones were just like that. There was one that was just like 3 episodes of them doing some obstacle course, and I was like, that's kind of trash. Whatever. It was like all right, but whatever the series was amazing. But the movies were good. I don't know what happened in the last one though. It kind of put a sour taste into it. Is it the third one, The Hidden World? The Hiccup just went like fully out of character, like so fast. You know, he was the typical hero where it was just like, no, there's always something that we can do to like change this course of action. And then in the third one, he was just like, he did one thing, it went wrong, and he's like, it's impossible. We have to let them all go. And I was like, huh? It felt like it came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I like Hiccup. I think Hiccup's cool, except for that one moment. I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I've only seen the first How to Train Your Dragon. It's so good. It was so good. I probably need to catch up.
The second one, I think, is better than the first one. And then the third one was like, what happened?
Oh, no.
Like, it's so weird because it's not like bad in itself. It was like the beginning of the movie was good on par with like the first, second movies. And then there was just this weird cut in personality where nobody was acting like they would normally. And then the last part would be like decent if they built into it better. But if they were just like, fuck it, let them go, then that was weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
But aside from that, yeah, it was okay. On each half of it was okay. It just had a bad middle. And it was like, because of the bad middle, the ending felt weird. And then there is a live action one coming, which I think is fine. Dukes made a point where I was like, why would I watch the live action one when the normal one is there? And I don't know, some people just like live action. Some people will specifically not watch something because it's animated. And I'm like, that's stupid.
Weird,
yeah, I was like, that's stupid.
I don't understand that.
Some people, they just want to be like that.
Yeah, it kind of hit the wall for me. I guess quickly to talk about DreamWorks, they killed it with Puss in Boots. Like the Puss in Boots movie is like that. That surprised me, man. That movie's so awesome. That movie's so sick. But on top of that, when I saw the Lion King live action movie, I was just like, all right, what are y'all doing, man?
Like, you guys need to stop.
Yeah,
you guys need to make the next thing. You guys need to make the next thing, not the last thing again. Like they already did that one. Like, there's no uphill from here. You're going to get less of a payout than that one did, no matter what. Like, you're not going to get better than that. So why are you doing it?
That was so that was so bad. I
Yeah,
couldn't
a
even
lot.
watch it. I was
I
like,
mean,
I'm
there's
good.
so many like live action anime movies that came out that stop. Just stop.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's some good ones, but they're very few and far
They
between.
none of the live action ones are good enough to justify them still trying to do it. The best one the
Sure.
best two that I've seen so far was surprisingly the Bleach one was not bad. The Bleach one was not
Really?
bad. It was like it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. The best one I think was the Full Metal one. If you watched Full Metal the anime, then you will probably like the live action one. The guy who's playing Ed is good. The voices are all good. The animations are clean. It's the literal only difference that I could immediately tell, which I don't even know why I could tell this because this is being really nitpicky. When he uses the winged spear in the State Alchemist exam, the spear's not winged in the live action movie. That's like the only difference I could tell. And I was like, this one is like good enough. Like if you guys wanted to do, they literally have the blueprint. Just fucking do it. And then Full Metal Alchemist, they did just that, and they just did it along with the thing. And I was like, there you go. There you go. See, it was fine. It was great. And then there's shit like the Death Note one that it's like,
Ooh.
why?
They did a really good job. Okay. Willem Dafoe, inspired choice. At least I don't know.
Hey,
if
man,
there's
they
another one, but I'm
tried.
thinking of the Netflix one.
They tried.
That was inspired choice, but yeah, that was terrible. I tried to watch that and almost threw up. And then I really enjoyed the Great Teacher Onizuka live action. I think that was really good. That I thought that was awesome. And then the Rurouni Kenshin live action was.
Ooh, I did hear that it
good.
was pretty decent. I hadn't got to see it
Yeah,
yet though, because it was like it was supposed to be. I think it was the Samurai Zero track where it was like his past and not like the actual show. And I was like,
Samurai X.
Yeah, X. And I was like, that's cool, but I feel like I would want to watch the animated story for that first and then watch that. So I just never got around to it because I like Kenshin. I still like Kenshin. The remake for it is great. I'm loving it. I can't wait for them to get into more of the fights. They haven't done like anything wrong yet in the remake. Everything has been within reason. But if you've watched anime for a long time, you know that there has been like a significant shift in like the availability of how gruesome things can be, or like the biggest letdown that people who watched the original to the new one would see is the first Batosai fight where Kenshin busts that guy's nose and he snaps it into place. That's like locked in your memory forever. But he doesn't do that in the remake. He has to just kind of like wiggle it a little bit, and I'm like, that's so dumb. Yeah. And I'm like, I get it. They do the freaking stupid censorship thing because it was pretty graphic, I guess. But like, but like the remake's good. I haven't really noticed anything else beyond that. They show like a reasonable amount of blood, like when people get fucked up. Not like crazy over the top, but that's fine. I don't need that. If you like the original, then you'll probably like the remake. Just like they didn't butcher the fight scenes, and that's the thing. In a show about where people sword fight, you cannot slack on the sword fighting, and they didn't. They did it to at the very least an acceptable level. So I was like, all right, good enough. I'll take it.
It's funny that you mentioned like the brutality of old Kenshin, because I when I think about the anime films that I watched when I was a kid, and the anime films I'm watching currently is like night and day, because what I grew up on was Akira, Ninja Scroll.
Yeah,
like films like that were fucking crazy for like a 8-year-old
Did you
kid
know that there was actually, at the very least in the States, there was actually a law put in place that forced them to like more heavily lean into the censorship, because High Dive and I think Funimation, they used to be very like uncensored, and then High Dive's like whole thing was to be the uncensored site. That was their whole selling point. But then they had to censor everything because it became law. So everything was just like, it got harder and harder to find things that were more gruesome. And in order to stay in line with it, in line with like the manga, they just kind of like watered down those parts. They made them, I guess, not really pleasing, but like acceptable. They tried to like make everything family friendly, and it's like, just just don't. I guess they tried to make it like T for teen, so they keep the rating down. But it was at some point it was like, man, just slap the M for mature on there and bust somebody's head off or something. Some of them,
dude.
some of them though, they were like, there were some shows that were like, you don't have to do that.
Watching Guyver and all that shit when I was a kid, fucking wild.
Yeah, they definitely there was definitely like a turning point where it was like back in the day, shit was fucked up. And then there just was a point where it just stopped being fucked up. So
yeah, they were like, fuck it, everything's Saturday morning cartoons now. Let's go. But yeah, it's been great, dude. I've been really, really, really enjoying just watching some of these classic films because there's so many that I missed, right? Again, it was very hard to get like a hold of a bunch of these, and now they're kind of like available on different streaming services. I think all of the Studio Ghibli films are on Max, like HBO Max, and a bunch of them are other places. It sucks because with the merger of Crunchyroll and Funimation, I lost access to a bunch of the old anime films that were on there.
This is kind of dumb.
I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, how you buy this whole company and completely botch the fucking bringing over all the shit that was on Funimation. I feel
like there should have been a way to like reach out to support and be like, hey, I had these movies. Is there a way I can get them back in any way? But like, I don't really know how they would do it, but I didn't buy any movies like that. So, because I don't watch movies that often.
But yeah, that was very, very annoying. But you know, they're out there and they're really, really good. Like emotional. I had to take a break, dude. We were watching way too many emotional anime movies. I can't keep crying every Saturday. Like I was like, I need some joy. I need some happy. I was straight up gonna be like, yo, you watching Dragon Ball Superhero Broly next weekend? Because I was like, I can't keep doing these things. I'm just on an emotional roller coaster.
I was like, on the plus side, they all like. They end happy, right? You have happy tears by the end of most of them.
Not all of them, no.
Hey, a Silent Voice got a happy ending. Watch that one.
Yeah.
You'll hit the roller coaster in the middle of it, but it'll end happy probably.
Some of them ain't. It make me sad. Make my heart hurt. I was like, I can't keep doing it. I'll be watching the movie. I was like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I was like, wait a minute, this is turn about to happen. And then I was like, well, I'm fine. I'm just watching. I was like, this sucks. And then it's always the music kicks in, the characters start talking about shit, or they like fucking narrating the shit that happened. And I'm just like,
I can't read the subtitles. I'm crying.
Dude, it's so bad. But like it's been amazing, man. And I think people slept on anime films for so long, but they're so good. And I feel like now they put get some respect on their name, man. Anime's getting more and more popular.
Yeah, I mean, anime movies have always been like animated extra clean, all the way back, back when Full Metal was making their movies, their first movies, their Star of Shambhala. Yeah, the Star of Shambhala or whatever. That they was like so extra clean. I thought I was gonna end up watching a lot more anime movies because of how like more smooth they were compared to the like series. And you can, especially nowadays, you can kind of tell that a lot of series do kind of hit that section where you can kind of see the missing frames, but then the movies are like really smooth. And I'm not talking like Blue Lock where they just put one picture there and then they just like slide it around. We're going Captain Harlock levels there. But
dude, that is another part of anime films that I didn't even think about is how like Weekly Shonen will get all these movies like Dragon Ball. They got their films, which are always sick. And there's like little 40-minute OVAs.
I never expected them to get as many movies as some of these did. Like Dragon Ball and One Piece, they got like 20 movies or something. It's ridiculous, and they're like all good. Like I don't think they really dropped the ball on any of them. I know
the only real bad Dragon Ball movie is fucking Bio Broly, I think, but even that's kind of fun.
I mean, especially, and then it grows with the times. There's One Piece Red, which was like
a huge musical.
Yeah, I was like, it was a huge deal.
From.
Hey man, I didn't even watch One Piece Red, and I got all those Uta songs on my list.
Yeah, they constantly replayed on my like set list. But I really, really enjoyed those because growing up, like that was always like a big event. Like whenever like a friend had like a VHS of like one of the like Return to Cooler or the World's Strongest, something like that, and we would watch it. Or Toonami would play one of them, like whenever they're in between seasons, like between the Saiyan Saga and between like Frieza, they would play
Saturday night at like 10 o'clock at night. They start playing the movie, and you're like, oh, dude. You're like a kid, and you're just like, I can't. I gotta watch a movie.
But yeah, I really really enjoyed like all that stuff, and I feel like it's kind of still a thing. Like the My Hero, anime has like films. I really enjoyed the first one. The best part of the first My Hero movie is All Might and Deku like fighting together in unison, and they're like running together, and then they go to do the fucking smash, and All Might hits the fucking like what is this called, like the whatever pose, the lat spread or whatever.
Oh yeah.
While they're charging, dude. I love it's so awesome.
Every time I see that, I brought this up before. And if you've ever read, I know you haven't, but if anybody out there has read Maho Sensei Nejima, there is a guy. I think his name is Rakan, and he is trying to come up with like a signature move for the main character, and he does that. And so I see that from like 20 years ago. Whenever I see the All Might lat spread, I see the Negi fever. If anybody remembers that, it's literally just his whole body emitting magical force forward. Every time I see the All Might lat spread, it is just the Negi fever again, and that's all I can think of when I see that. But I know nobody else has like seen that. It's so. Nobody has read it, and now I can't recommend it because now, especially nowadays, Maho Sensei Nejima is a little weird to read it. The fact that their like mascot is a perverted weasel that just like panty raids on the regular. It is. I can't think of another show where I have a bigger disclaimer on than this one. It is like all bad. Like if you can make it through the first half of the series, then it takes an undertone, but it's still there. It never goes away. It's so unfortunate because the parts that aren't perverted are good. They're so good, but it's always there. It's so sad.
That's anime for you.
It's so sad. It's the old age of anime back in the day. That's what it. And even my favorite show, DNAnime, Raise the Counter, it fell victim to it for the first half of the season, but then it, right angled. They have a movie too, and I'm really mad because I watched the movie. For DNAnime, and it was also good, but I fucking fell asleep in the first 30 minutes, and I never had the chance to go back and watch it again because in my mind, I'm like, I've already seen it. I don't need to go back and watch it. And then I'm like, I have to watch it because I fell asleep. And I need to go back. And yeah.
We need to set it up for a night then. Watch DNAnime movie. I still got to watch the current season because I've been seeing like little kibbles and bits of it, and then also I want to watch the
I can't watch
series.
The current season. Fuck you, High Dive.
True. Sorry, didn't want you to poke that wound. But yeah, man, anime movies are sick. There's a bunch of them, and your boy is trying to go through as many as I can because I missed out on so many.
Relive the glory days.
Yeah, they're so like they're timeless, man. They're so good. Like I'm sure, like I don't know when I Want to Eat Pancreas or Your Name and everything came out, but like still amazing. They hold up well. Like the animation is beautiful, it's gorgeous. I'm scared because I think the next one we're gonna watch is Grave of the Fireflies, and I at least know some of the context of that one. I haven't watched it before, but I know that's gonna be
I don't know anything about that one except for it is the saddest movie you're ever gonna watch.
Yeah,
and I'm like, because that is the only little bit that I know, I'm like, it is really hard for me to go watch that because it's like, is there a time where I just want to be sad with no happy ending? Like I can guarantee there's no happy ending. Do I want to just cry for 2.5 hours? Is that my deal?
Hang out with us and be espresso depresso with the boys.
I don't know if I can do it, man. That one's a little bit of an oopsie, a bit of a oofser.
Yeah, oopsie. We gotta live. we gotta relive the horrors of what we've done.
I do feel like I need to watch it though, because when people bring it up, I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm like, hey man, don't tell me, because if you spoil it, then it's like I won't have those feelings when I ever get around to it. But at the same time, it's like, will I ever get around to it? Like, no, everybody out there, you guys all have to sit in silence in my presence. None of you tell me. I'm taking this me problem and making it a you problem.
I want to watch it because I know it's good and I know it's going to be sad. But I honestly, dude, like, my heart can't take it. My heart cannot take most sad ass anime.
I mean, you find a good comedy movie. We get a slot of comedy movie in there at least once a month.
What's a good what's a good comedy anime or a good like uplift anime? Because I would love. I don't know if I can convince everybody to sit down and watch like fucking Dragon Ball shit with me. I would love to do that shit. And it's a short commitment. Most of the movies like 40 minutes. Only the newer movies are like actual theatrical release length. But I would love to watch some hype and not have to fucking cry. But if you guys have any recommendations, you can let us know. Like, I need anime movie recommendations. I actually need just movie recommendations in general, man. Again, grew up a little broke, so I didn't really get to see movies all the time, and I passed on a bunch of stuff. I never seen the original Gladiator, and new Gladiator's coming out with Denzel Washington. I didn't know all the lore. You know, I watched the sequel to Top Gun before I saw the original. Like a friend of mine who was in the army, he was like,
I haven't seen any of those. Everything you just listed, I haven't seen it. I don't watch movies,
so
man.
Sick.
I didn't see no Gladiator. I didn't see no, what was it, 300? I didn't see Top Gun. I haven't seen any Top Gun. I saw those little TikToks of the dude in the car with like 30 cars behind him. Was that? No, that wasn't Top Gun. That was, I don't even remember what it's called. Now I'm gonna look dumb. And we'll edit that part out and post. We'll talk about that.
This is having a senior moment. All right, but yeah, like there's a bunch of movie recommendations, and you guys can let us know in the comments below. You can also help your boys out by hitting us with that thumbs up. Let us know that you guys are enjoying the podcast. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date whenever the podcast comes out every Sunday. And help support the boys, man. We've been having fun. We've been having a good time. I know this. I say this spiel the entire time. Hey, if you guys made it all the way to the end of the podcast, then hey, you get a gold star. I can't make a star with my hand. It's The Rock, but a gold star from your boys. And we will appreciate if you help us out.
There you go. You have a heart platform. There you go.
There you go. This platform on YouTube where we're getting, buried beneath all the what even is on YouTube nowadays? Drama. I don't know what the average layman.
My YouTube is just League and Sea Dog.
Oh my god, you dork! But yeah,
leave me alone. I like League. Damn it!
Let us know what your YouTube recommended page looks like. So just let us give us recommendations. Let us know how you guys enjoyed the episode. Let us know how your Sunday's going, and I hope we see you guys next week for the DNAnime podcast. I have been Beautiful Crow. That has been Vic Seal. I hope you guys enjoyed the pod, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.